and welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving, because today for me is Thanksgiving, so I want to put on some makeup before we have our Thanksgiving celebration or feast later, and it's nap time. So if you're new around here, that's my one and only shot at getting my makeup done during the day, so we're sitting down to do it. And I'm going to use a brand new palette to me. This is the What's Up Beauty Dragon's Eye palette, and first off, I have to give them a 10 out of 10 for packaging. I always say this when it comes to What's Up Beauty, but they just hit packaging out of the park. Like, look at that. Beautiful, absolutely stunning, such a gorgeous piece. I just want to like look at it and do this to it all day long. And then inside, now What's Up Beauty doesn't tend to go crazy colorful, because I feel like there's so many ways you could go with this packaging of like oil spill, really deep dark tones, but they tend to go more neutral. But even with it going more neutral, it's a pretty fun combination. It feels a tad repetitive or like combination of their previous palettes, but we're gonna get into it, because if there's one thing I know about What's Up Beauty, their mattes are always so much deeper than you would expect just looking at them in the pan. So I'm expecting great things when it comes to this, and those shimmers look insane. So I want to use this. They also sent me their highlighters and their highlighter brush that they launched recently. This is the R201 brush. If you want to splurge on some really nice brushes, I really like What's Up Beauty's brushes, and you can like wait for sales and whatnot. They have a pretty good sale, so you can get them at a discount. And then, as I said, they also sent me some highlighters, which again, beautiful packaging. This is the Serengeti highlighter. Almost too pretty to use, right? So beautiful. And then I also have, okay, Safari Sunset. So the first one I showed you, they're both called the Serengeti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This is Wild Acacia. That's the first one I showed you. And then this new one is called, what did I say, Safari Sunset. So it's kind of like a blush and highlighter combo. I think I'm going to use the darker one of the two, because it's more of a highlighter. I feel like it's going to go with my skin. I feel like the Wild Acacia is going to be, if that's how you pronounce that, sorry, is going to be too light. So I'm going to try this on my face. Should I try it now? Might as well. I'm going to dip mostly into the highlighter. Let's try that out. Let me make sure I am zoomed in. If you're new around here, whoa, that did not want to... Sorry about that. If you're new around here, I am currently doing where I do no edits in my videos, so apologies for having to zoom and whatnot and leaving that all in. This looks nice and powdery. I'm going to tap it off really gently, and let's, ooh, pigmented. Place it right on the top. Let me go on this side, because I don't know how pigmented these are. So I'm going to apply and then take some time to blend. I think that's pretty blinding. And straight on, you don't see it, which is what I like to see for my highlighters. I don't want it to be noticeable straight on or like a cast to it. But when you turn to the side, that's a pretty blinding highlight, and it looks very natural on the skin, not too textured sitting on my skin. Let me flip my mirror over to check. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Should I try some of the pink? I don't usually do a glowy blush, but I also don't usually do blush, period. That's also me. You know, there's a little... what do you call, bristle that came out. This is a brand new brush. I didn't wash it, even though you're always recommended to wash it. Let's take a tiny bit of that pink. I do like that as I tap on this, I feel like I'm getting a decent amount of product, but the decoration or the embossing, I think that's the word I'm looking for, isn't coming off. Alright, I think it just gives me a pink cast. I honestly don't think you'll be able to tell on camera, because it's such a, oops, sorry, I hit the mic. It's such a gentle type of cast, but in person it's just a tiny bit more of a pink hue. So I like that. I'll probably use that more so than if it was a really bright pink, because I'm just not into super bright, shimmery, reflective type of blushes. So that's really nice. Very pretty. I like how that is looking. Let's hop into the eyeshadow. I'm going to prime my eyes, and apologies ahead of time for my nails. I feel like I should just put a disclaimer on my videos at this point, or like on the screen, just because my videos are such a mess. My videos probably are a mess, but my nails are pretty rough these days. I honestly just been working really hard at the garden lately, and I mean, spending every day out there, and it's getting dry outside and like wintry. My hands aren't washing clean, and not to say like that they're like not washing clean, like the dirt's not coming off, but my hands are so dry and cracked that I have like on my finger is just like lines of what looks like dirt, but that's just all my dry skin with like soil stuck in it, and I mean, I guess I could get a bristle brush and go to town on my dry patches, but I feel like that's not going to help. I really need to, the next time I'm in a shower, to spend some time with a good exfoliant or like my body scrub or something. I think that might help. The last time I was in the shower, last couple times I took a shower, I was like, it was one of those in and out showers, so there's no time to do extra stuff, and I barely had time to shave and do my normal scrubs, so I didn't do anything else. But I really do, because my nails are just really dry and cracked. I need to get a good hand cream. I never liked hand cream, still don't, obviously, because I'm not using it. But growing up, I don't like hand creams. I just feel like they're more of a hassle, and I just never remember to. I don't like the feeling, but I feel like working with my hands so much now, I need to, because they're rough. Let me go ahead and I'll do my best to grab, if I can, What's Up beauty brushes. Let me see if I can get them without taking too long or making too much noise. Don't know if that's a possibility. I see a couple of them here. I love these brushes so much. They are fantastic. Is this one? Yeah, this is one. I need like one more, and I feel like that's all I will need for my face. Where's another one? Oh, that doesn't count. This is a liner brush. I'm looking for a outside packer brush. Oh well, I don't see it. I'll use this for my outside packer brush. This is the R109. I tend to like the flat kind of pressing type of outer corner for my outer corner, and they have one. Is that it? No. I don't have many pink brushes, but I have a few Sigmas that always trip me up. I have one, but I think it might be dirty, and it looks like, just for reference, kind of looks like this. This is a Refer 28 brush that I like. Anyway, let's get into it. What should we do? I'm gonna go for smoke, because I want to do kind of like a classic brown green type of eye look for me for tonight. Yeah, today is Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving is looking very different because we had planned to go and be with some extended family today, but my husband was sick this past week, and honestly he wasn't planning to go to anything for Thanksgiving because he was working. Or he's working the holidays this year, so he was, he's working his normal shifts for Thanksgiving, and so I was planning to go to something with extended family, with the kids and whatnot, and we were getting excited. But this past week, my husband got something. I thought he was just overtired, and maybe the weather just messed up his sinuses and whatnot, because he was super sore throat, really like congested, stuff like that. Felt like sick, feverish, that type of stuff. But I came down with it. Whatever he has is honestly nothing terrible, and it's like, it's not that big a deal. It's just you kind of feel miserable for 2-3 days, and then it's kind of a slow recovery. So my worst days were yesterday and the day before. Today, this morning was really rough. My throat was just like killing me. Oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. But this afternoon, like, my throat doesn't hurt too bad. I did take some Tylenol last night, but I don't think that would still be in my system. But anyway, it's just, you still kind of feel miserable, and you're sick. Like, I feel like for me, I have no idea if this is scientific, but I try to give it like a good 24 hours of feeling great before I consider like going around people, because I feel like I still could potentially be contagious or be able to spread it. And the family we were planning to go spend Thanksgiving with, they have some people, I'm gonna do creature now, with like autoimmune issues and stuff like that, where they just, if they get sick, it's really rough on their system, and it takes a long time for them to get over and stuff. So I don't, ooh, that's more of a pink than I was expecting. Wiping that off on my shirt, because this is just a rough shirt I'm wearing around the house today. I'm gonna go into Spike. It's a little more purple tone, but let's see if it gives me that depth out here. Anyway, so to be cautious and considerate, like, I would really hate to go and spend Thanksgiving with family, and then they get sick and have a really rough time. Like, rough time as in, sometimes when they get sick, they have to go to the hospital because it's so hard on their system, and they get dehydrated and stuff like that. So in the abundance of caution, we decided not to go. And I have been scrambling to do Thanksgiving here at our house, because I was gonna initially just plan on doing, bringing one thing to the meal. Everyone was chipping in to bring something for the Thanksgiving meal. But since we're not going, and the kids are all kind of like, oh, bummer, I'm like, okay, well, we can do our own Thanksgiving. So now I'm trying to make it all and do it all here. And thankfully, I had some, I had a ham that was like on sale was it? Oh, wrong shade. On sale a long time ago that I had thrown in the freezer. So I had that I brought out and thawed yesterday. And then we were already planning to make a dessert, so I just grabbed a couple things to make another dessert because is it Thanksgiving or a holiday celebration without more than one dessert to choose from? And then I thankfully had some pumpkin puree canned in the pantry, so I'm making like a pumpkin dish. And then I had some canned green beans already that I'm gonna make a green bean side dish. So we're gonna have our own Thanksgiving. But it's definitely been a little bit crazy trying to kind of shift gears really fast. And I mean, I still kind of feel really sick. Thankfully, my throat's not hurting too much, so that's why I decided to sit down. And because I wanted to do my makeup, I was like, let me sit down and do a video and do my makeup. But thankfully, my voice isn't too bad. I feel like you can tell that like there's a crack in my voice just because of the sore throat, but thankfully, it's not that bad, not like it was last night. And so far, none of the kids seem to have it. Everyone has a bit of a runny nose, which is weird because my husband and I don't really have runny noses, so I don't know if my kids have something. We're a mess right now. My kids might have something different, but anyway, I'm trying to make Thanksgiving happen tonight. There we go. That's a really nice blend, really nice fade. The mattes from What's Up Beauty, I mean, I think they've done 2 palettes, right? Before this? I could be wrong, but they have such beautiful mattes. If I had like one con, and honestly this isn't like a super negative in that it would make me not want to try them, but it is a little annoying when I'm working with the palette for the first time not to know what to expect when I actually use that color, kind of like you saw me shift gears, because I swear Creature looks like a brownish type of color, but using it was like, oh, like you're like a peach. So that would be the only kind of con, but I think it's just because they're so pigmented. Maybe that's why they can look different once you use them on the eyes. I don't know. I like pigmented eyeshadows, so that's one thing where it's like I'll give you some grace and just we'll ignore that. But that is definitely something to consider if you're buying this brand. I feel like it's a common thread I experience with their mattes. Okay, I'm gonna go into this Wayne Gauze because I don't have another one like blending brush with What's Up Beauty. This is a 20, and let's dive into. Let's do that Creature. Let's see what that looks like. Like I said, it looked like very peachy when I was using it, but let's keep it on here and see if it is peachy or if I was just too nervous. In the palette, it looks like it should just be a brown, but it looked very light and different when I was starting to blend it out. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's all in my head. I don't know. It looked very peachy when I started to put it next to the brown. But now that I blend it out, maybe a little bit peachy. I don't know. You can let me know what you think this color is. All of the mattes aren't super like dynamic or intense or, you know, like colorful. So I feel like, you know, no matter which, you know, of the shadows you pick from this palette, it's gonna go very nicely into each other. So I don't think you have to like worry about putting colors next to each other that don't go, like I often do, and like a mistake I often make with other palettes or like colorful palettes. So that's nice in that I feel like all of these are gonna blend really nicely into each other pretty seamlessly. Yeah, it's a little bit of like a, is it a peach? I don't even know what to call. I think I overreacted in not putting it on the outer corner because it's not as pink as I was like scared of when I first started. And at the end of the day, I ended up going pinky anyway with like this purple pink. Oh, it's more of a mauve, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Half the time I'm just talking and doing. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush like this, perfectly clean, and I'm just gonna take it on the edge. I feel like this is a good way to make sure there's no line. And I have obviously done my face, so I'm trying to be super careful. Might have took a little bit too much off on that side. Let's tap it over right there. But I like doing this with a clean brush just to make sure that there's no line, because if there's one thing I don't like on my outer corner is like getting up and walking away from my table and I'm like, like there's just this weird line where I couldn't get it blended out. So I feel like a clean, dense, fluffy brush is a good method to kind of work that out. Obviously there's always going to be kind of some area where it stops, but as diffused as I can get it is always my goal. Never get perfection, but you do what you can, right? Anyway, so that's what we're doing for Thanksgiving. We're going to do it here with family. My husband will be able to do it. He'll just be really late since we'll just do it at dinner time, and we'll have a late Thanksgiving celebration. And that's what we're doing. You have to let me know, what did you guys do for Thanksgiving if you're in America? I don't know. I don't think you have, if you have a celebration on the same day in your country, let me know. But yeah, I'd like to hear. I'm always curious. Usually we keep it pretty low-key even when we do go with family. What am I looking for? I'm looking down and like drawing blanks. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Something tacky. Usually every year, whenever we do something for Thanksgiving, we just go over to usually my parents' house, and all the kids come over with their kids. All my siblings come over with their kids. That's what I meant to say. And we just have a big celebration that way where we all bring food, we all hang out for the day, and if it's cold enough we do bonfires, that type of thing. And that's usually what we do for Thanksgiving. And this year was a little bit different. We were going to do it with extended family because my parents went to visit their extended family to celebrate Thanksgiving this year, so it was already going to be really different. And then we got sick and I was like, well, I guess we're just going to be super different this year and keep it really small and just us. So hopefully all of our germs stop here. It's always hard when germ season comes along and having kids and stuff like that, because I feel like it's inevitable to get sick or pass around germs and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to do it any longer than I have to. So it's always hard to determine, like, if is it just, especially in Florida, it's always like, is it allergies or are we sick? Because sometimes it's hard to tell for sure. Okay, what do I want to do? Let's do the eyelid. I kind of want to do, can't decide between Fire and Fierce. Both of those are super pretty. I think they're like multi-chrome, or at least a duochrome. They have like a little shift to them. Just a little, so I think that's a duochrome. I don't know. Or an iridescent multi-chrome. Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the darker one on the full lid, and then we'll go with the lighter one on the very inner corner. Like just on the inner part of it, because I feel like Fire is the darker one, so it's gonna look really pretty next to the, this is my indecisiveness coming out. I'm gonna do this one all over the main lid, and we're gonna put the Fire, that darker one, on the inner part. Let me just put it there since I already loaded up my brush. I'm gonna put this on the first half, I think. Maybe I should have used Fierce. This will go, I think, really nicely because it has some of that like moviness to the green and gold that I'm seeing in the pan. So it blends pretty effortlessly, almost too effortlessly though, because doesn't have a whole lot of color behind it. It just has tons of sparkle and stuff, which is pretty, but it's kind of blending in. Let me go ahead and go into Scales, that one there, and let's pack that on the main lid. And I'm probably gonna go back over what I just put down with Fierce, because it's just gonna pop a little bit more. Oh yeah, this looks like a multi-chrome. I see, as I'm putting it on my main lid, I can see both purple and green kind of splitting off in either direction. That's pretty. I probably shouldn't be putting more than one of these on my eyes to really get the full effect, but oops, too late. We'll bring this down a little bit more. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. I see like an emerald green, like Christmassy green. And then as I turn, I get a shot or like a little bit of a hint, that's the word I'm looking for, a hint of purple in there as I turn. You have to let me know if you can see it on the video, because I feel like usually I have a hard time seeing it on camera when I'm like editing a video, and I don't really see until I hold up the camera, but I'd love to know if you guys can see it better. Maybe I'm just not watching the whole video through and I miss maybe the moments that you can see. Maybe if it's on both eyes, that way you get different angles, because it definitely all has to do with about the angles to really be able to see. Yeah, I'm glad I went this route because it's more noticeable, a more noticeable darker type of shimmer than the other two combine. I can't speak. Combined. I was trying to say combo and then switched to my brain to say let's just do combine, and then I just couldn't speak at all. So that sounds about right. Alright, I'm gonna I'm gonna grab a little bit of powder, just whatever was on here from when I did my under eyes this morning. I'm gonna dust off those flakes, and they went off without smearing. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna take that same brush. Actually, I'm not gonna take that same brush. Sorry. Crazy ride with me. Oh wait, I thought I had a big one. I only had this small one, so give you more whiplash. I'm gonna take that same brush. I'm gonna go into Fierce, this shade right there, and we're gonna pack that on the inner half and just blend that into, man, I really have to cough, sorry. Trying not to cough on camera because it's just gonna sound a mess. Anyway, I got that like tickle in my throat that's really bothering me right now. But I'm gonna take this and put it over Fire because I think it's going to pop a little bit more. I think because the fire, there's nothing wrong with it, but as you can see here, like it just kind of blends into my eyeball, like the same color, the base color is kind of that same color, and I want this to pop just a little bit more. So Fierce has more of a golden, yeah, a yellow kind of golden undercolor to it, or base color to it, that I think is going to stand out better, if that makes sense. So we're just going to pack this on. These shadows are very smooth feeling. They take a little bit to pick up with a brush, but like if you use your finger, let me see if I could just tap this in here. Oh, oof, oh my goodness, if you use your finger, wow. No comparison. Okay, let me go in. I know I have some brushes that are a sponge tip applicator. Where are they? I just used one the other day. Where is it? Oh, is it in my dirty pile? That's probably where it is. Bummer. I kind of want to use a sponge tip applicator to really get it, because that is beautiful, and I'm not getting that with a brush. But I also don't want to use my finger. My fingers are too big for that area. Okay, what can I do? Let me carefully pull my microphone. Sorry if it's making noise. All right, I don't have any, and my dirty brushes are too far away. So we're gonna see what we can do. What I do? Oh, here it is. We're gonna see how delicate my fingers, my pinky finger can be. We're gonna try just get on the tip and press it right in there, and then we can spread it out with the brush. That might work. Let's try that. Cause wow, that finger application was intense. That's beautiful. I'm also gonna take that. Let's just try. So this is what it looks like. Let's try what that second color looks like with a finger application. So it looks really pretty on its own, but I have a feeling it would take less time and also be a lot more impactful with a finger. Yeah, oof, I can see that purple a lot more now. Man, these are beautiful shades. Beautiful shadows, like the intensity of them, so pretty. Okay, let me go back in with Fierce and just clean this up. And this is a look. This is the intensity I was looking for, but I was not getting with this flat brush. What is this? This is a concealer brush by Beauty Junkies. I really need to, next time I use this, just use a sponge type of applicator. And if you're wanting to use this, you know, use your finger or use a sponge tip applicator. And I feel like that got it done not only faster, but so much more intense than a flat brush. It just needs something to really pick it up and lay it down like that. That was beautiful. Okay. That looks pretty. I like how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. Do I want to do? I want to do eyeliner, and since it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna take the extra time to turn off the camera, finish up, and then I'll come back and we'll. Because I usually just end it here, but I feel like it needs the lashes and all that, and I don't want to make this video too long, so give me one moment. I will be right back, I promise. Okay, I'm back. I told you it wouldn't be too long. I just really want to see this whole look on camera together, because I think that's the part I miss most about the videos I do today, is I usually end it not with a completed look, and I just like to have the whole look, because me being able to post on Instagram, I'm really bad at it lately. I have been struggling. So anyway, we'll do a whole look today. Sorry, I'm just like trying to fix my lashes because I'm never happy with them, but oh well, who cares? Let's go ahead and do my inner corner. I'm going to take Fly, actually. Yes, oh my goodness. I feel like every time lately that I get on to do a video and I'm chit-chatting with you guys, I always say one thing and then immediately go, well, actually, and I'm so indecisive. I'm sorry if that's annoying. I feel like after a while it's got to be annoying of like just, oh my gosh. Can you not speak until you make a decision? But obviously I tend to make a decision as I speak or something like that. Anyway, my apologies if that is annoying. Oh, this is such a pretty color. Man, these shimmers, yeah, they can be a little tricky to put on with a brush, but you could just use your finger, or, I mean, if you're like me, don't mind a little bit of trouble. You get through putting it on, and they are pretty. This is a really pretty look, super sparkly. Oh yeah, I use this Hip Dot liner and stamp. I just used a liner because the stamp was not wanting to work. I hate these little felt tip. They just don't work well. It was skipping. It was so hard. I feel like they're still uneven, but I don't want to mess with it anymore because they'll get more uneven as I go. So I gave up, essentially is what I'm saying. But here is the completed look. I put on a little bit of, I feel like that's a little uneven. I had BK Beauty lipstick on at the beginning of the video, but I wanted something a little bit deeper since I went so mauve. Let me just touch right here. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Uncuffed by the Stunna Lip Paint Uncuffed by Fenty Beauty. That's the word I'm looking for. And I feel like that's a little bit deeper. I like how I said I wanted to go like brown and green, and I went with like super mauve-y and like a Christmas green. I guess it's still kind of green in there, but welcome to my world where I always start out with one thing and it ends with another thing. But anyway, to review this palette, whoa, I almost dropped it. It is beautiful. I am not going to say I am not disappointed that the inside doesn't look more like the outside, because I kind of am. Like, this outside is so epic. I do wish they went a little bit more colorful, and like I said, I feel like this is a bit of a repeat with their two other palettes. Where do I have this? I'm trying to find it on my bookshelf. I should have been more prepared and actually grabbed it. Is it dead? Hang on. My apologies, it's not behind me, so it must be up here somewhere, but I do wish they had went a little bit more different. Oh, there it is. Different than their first one. And then what was their, I'm such a bad memory. This is their first one they ever did. This is the Monsoon palette, which I did really like. It surprised me because I remember getting it, I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna like this. It's a beautiful palette. So here, this one on this side is the new one, and obviously the dirty one is the old one. But like, do you see what I mean by it's kind of similar? Like the same vibes is what I'm talking about. The same type of vibes. And so that was Desert Monsoon. What was their other one called? I have the worst memory when it comes to like palettes and their names. I feel so bad, but I'm struggling right now to remember it. And I have too many palettes up here that are not organized for me to actually find it. Let me check a couple more spots. Come on, are you here? Nope. Okay, it must be somewhere else. I'm so sorry I don't have it here with me. But that one was a little bit of a softer type of palette. Oh man, it's gonna bug me. I wish I had it. It should be right here because I organized my palettes by like the size of them, so or like how tall they sit, so like that. And I don't see it back here, so it must be obviously it's somewhere, Katie, but it must be not organized right. It's probably I have a pile of palettes I still need to organize and put away, and it must be in that pile. Anyway, and then their other one I feel like was a little bit more subdued and like lighter in these tones. Anyway, all that to say, sorry I got on that side tangent. All that to say, I do wish that they went more like, let's go for that duo type of purple green look that this palette packaging tempts you with. I'm gonna say, I really do wish that they would dive, like they have such a good formula when it comes to mattes and shimmers. And I'll even say, like, I think the shimmers are fine. One or two you could have changed about with something else to really pop, but they're beautiful, stunning, and like especially this one, they look, you know, kind of give you what is promised here. But it's the mattes that I really wish that they would take that formula and go a little, like not even a lot of color, just a little bit more color and more different color, because I feel like they do the browns and the mauve-y, purpley tones very well, and then they stick to that. I'm trying to think, yeah, they have the browns and the more mauve-y purples and stuff like that. So they do color, but they just keep it very toned down, and I really wish they would just kind of go for color. Maybe they will one day. This is their third palette. We'll wait and see, but quality-wise, it's a fantastic palette. The shimmers and the mattes are beautiful. The mattes like blend out so beautifully, so well, so effortlessly. I really do like them. And then the shimmers are beautiful. And like I said, there is that duochrome, ow, I just hit my elbow. That hurt. Multichrome aspect. Let me see if I can awkwardly try and do this on camera so you guys can see. Do we see anything? I see something. You would probably be able to see it a whole lot stronger if I just did the one shade all over my lid, but I can definitely see a purple to green shift, and hopefully you guys can see that too. So pretty. I'll have to put pictures of this on my Instagram at some point. I'm so sorry, I have not posted on my Instagram in forever. Maybe I'll change that, I don't know. I have posted on my the makeup homesteader Instagram recently, and I've also started a YouTube channel if you're at all interested in like gardening. I started a YouTube channel, Northwest Florida Garden, if you want to check that out. I'm sharing what I'm, you know, killing my hands over essentially, but I'm sharing all of the, you know, stuff I'm growing in my garden and a little bit about the homestead, but trying to focus it mostly on gardening just because that type of content is a little hard to find for like my zone in my area. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I do like the palette, you know, color story if you like it. I think the quality is there, so that's ultimately my like review on that. And then of course their brushes, I can't rave enough on their brushes. They're so nice. And the highlighter, oh, that's a nice highlighter. like, I of course have to, you know, wear it longer to really see if it like stays, if it has any staying power. But as far as like how it presents itself when you first apply, I like how natural it looks on my face. It doesn't look like makeup-y or thick on my eyes, on my skin. It looks very like natural, but when you turn and hit that light, it shines so beautiful. So it's one of those type of highlighters that I enjoy wearing on the day-to-day. So I like that about it, and it's not thick, and it doesn't have a white cast. That's the other thing. It's a really good match, I feel like, for my skin tone. And that was the Safari Sunset, if you were curious. So yeah, with that said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you had a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to go finish prepping for our Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.